Welcome to Up and Smoke Podcast. It's your host, C. Gill. I got your boy, my partner. I got the Prince of Piss Off in here, Mike Hill.
Yeah, what up? When this thing happening?
So today, man, on a very interesting episode, man, we have, first off, the Kawhi Leonard trade. We have some NCAA shenanigans. And we have a few other things, man. We have an interview later with my partner Corey. You know him as Coach O. Mike, you know him. Guy I used to coach with in at River Road Middle School. Very cool guy, very down to earth guy, man. Gave me another opportunity when I thought there was another opportunity. Y'all hear this this podcast later, but this interview later rather. But as of right now, you listen to some CJ beats, man. There's some funk going to your ears right now, man. But Mr. Piss Off, man, Prince, man, what you been up to, man? What's going on? How was your evening, man? What you been up to?
Man, everything good over here on the sea, man. I'm just chilling. Still kind of here trying to take in this Kawhi Leonard crap. You know what I'm saying? Kawhi Leonard got traded. You know what I'm saying? Taking in that. And, a lot of other things going on right now. What we starting at today?
Today, man, I thought about doing a little fishing myself, man. I ain't do much. I just rolled over to bed, man. Jumped on the podcast, got up and seen this Kawhi Leonard trade, man. This is very, very crazy. What I want to know from you, man, is what do you think about it? Who's the winner, who's the loser in this, man? What's going on?
I have to think that Toronto the loser, and because Toronto cleaned up house and sent out most of everything they had to bring in a guy who don't want to be there, number one, who openly said that he wants to play for the Lakers and he wants to be in LA. So you give him all your potential playoff contendership to a guy who don't want to be there and ain't played in 2 years. And then you give away everybody to send him down to San Antonio for what? Like, it don't make sense. Like, it really don't make sense to me. Like, I don't know. It don't make sense. Like, Kawhi Leonard openly said that he wants to be in LA. He openly said that he don't want to play for you. Why would you give away your talent for a guy who don't want to play for you? It don't make sense, bro. What would you think?
Man, I'm going to tell you like this. I think, I told you guys that they were going to trade him somewhere that he didn't want to be. And then I think that Toronto are the losers because, they gave up a lot. DeMar DeRozan don't want to be in San Antonio. I'm not sure what to make out the situation, man. But I can tell you this. Kawhi wants to go to L.A. I'm not sure if it's the Clippers or the Lakers. I'm a Lakers fan. Hopefully it's the Lakers. Mike as well is a Lakers fan, man. And I think this. We better wait for him because we're not sure what they're going to do with him. Kawhi isn't sure what he wants to do. I know he doesn't want to be in Toronto. But we will be foolish to trade a guy that doesn't want to be somewhere and is gonna leave at the end of next summer. We will be foolish to trade some assets for a guy that wants to come to anyway. I mean, we have been bamboozled before. Cause I tell you damn sure. That Paul George, boy, I tell you, man, look.
Boy, that Paul George.
Boy, look, let me tell you something, man.
Straight up, gave up the middle finger.
Paul George was like, all right, so imagine you taking a girl out to get something to eat, and you don't got that much money. Paul George is, I don't want to compare him to a female, but Paul George is that chick that leave her wallet at home even though you got $7.35 in your pocket. Ass out. I guess you ain't gonna eat today, cause she ordered the joint with the extra joint. You know what I'm saying? So Shit.
Paul George hit him with that. Nigga, I ain't got no money, so you on your own today.
Paul George hit him with that goddamn. Shit. Paul George hit him with that shit. Goddamn.
Hey. Paul George said, look here. You ain't got no money for me then. You ain't snatch you up then. You ain't give away your second round pick for me then, nigga. I ain't got nothing for you now, partner.
That man had. It was so enticing though, man. Like we, as Lakers fan, man, we done been through the fire, and now we got everybody on our side. You know and that's a whole horse of another color, man. You know, briefly, man. Let's talk about the NCAA. You know, what do you feel about the NCAA, Mr. Pissoff? Look, let me tell y'all fans something real quick. Even though this is our first episode, they call him the Prince of Pissoff for a reason. They call him that. That's the moniker that we gave him. Pissoff, tell them the reason. Tell them what you think about the NCAA and paying players. Tell them what you think, Pissoff.
First off, I feel like the players are technically getting paid. They're getting paid not that for the money, but they're getting free housing. They're getting free housing, getting free food, free internet service. They ain't getting paid. I don't know what it is. Like, you're telling me you get free, you get a free place to live, free nice apartment, nice furniture, nice plumbing, walk-in shower, refrigerator, stove, working hot water, internet already there, and a working landline phone. And then you say, oh man, I need too much. I go out and take the girls out to the vicinity. I need to have somebody that trick these chicks out. You know what I'm saying? Go to the club. Man, I'm already hungry. Go there, go to the cafeteria, to the Tupperware bowls, man. Go take your Tupperware bowls to the cafeteria, load up, or put it in your refrigerator. That's what you're trying to do. If you don't be hungry after practice, go early to the cafeteria at lunchtime, eat then, and they carry the food back to your room when you leave.
You know what? You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be a damn ashamed of yourself, Pissoff. You should be a damn shame, because first off, we've been there. You as a student, but not of the particular college that you used to stay at.
I wasn't a student on the college per se, but I was a student. I was using their Wi-Fi, using their internet. Like I was a student there, wasn't even a student there. I was chilling. I was supposed to do like the light
Look, this nigga went to more events than motherfucking students went to. Let me tell you that first off. Let me tell you that. So, you should be ashamed of yourself, number one, because number one, you know how it is staying in Viking Village and having that checkers right there and only getting like 15 wings and using all your Viking bucks and then only being able to get a sandwich because we done dropped our meal plan real low so we can get some money back. You know how it is. You know how it is. So I'm ashamed of you because, late night college students, you know how we do. We didn't have responsibility then, so we did what we did and, saved our money for the weekend, put it like that. But you
in college, bro, food that go for like $5 in college, that's about $3. You go to bowl down, get a cheddar bowl, a cheddar bowl biscuit, and with the chicken in it, the chicken dog with it, egg and cheese cheddar bowl. You get that two of them, $3. And a drink. Come on. You get the $3 deal, Joe. $3. So really, you know what I'm saying? $10
Man, look,
In
man.
the college world.
Look, man. I'm gonna tell you like this, man. $10. Look, man. For
Black and mild with dog.
oh God.
You smoke black and mild, you drink, you smoke, get little liquor. You know what I'm saying? Only like really need money in college, bro. It's be real. And the only way you get money in college, it ain't easy to eat. It's to buy liquor and drink with. That's all it is. That's true.
Man, what? You know what? Man, I don't want to agree with you, but look, man.
Man, we didn't even eat, we drank.
What about
We didn't eat any time, we didn't eat.
what about food and clothes? I mean, what about clothes and sneakers? What about gas to get home? What about going to the
You
parties?
got gas, cost you mom and gas. It's the suck.
What about going to the parties?
But to the party, better walk.
I can't. I'm sorry, I can't get with you on that, man. Look, man. We.
Half time, like, okay, let me ask you a question. When you go to the parties, right? The parties popped off. The parties were off campus. All the popping parties on campus, bro. Come on, you can walk to those.
But like you say, to fund these parties, you need money. To fund these liquor-infused parties, man, you need money because there was a lot of alcohol. I remember having a party downstairs in Viking Village one time, and that joint went crazy. But that's another shit happened story for another day, and I'm gonna tell you about it too. It was crazy. But so this how I feel, man. And I told Corey about it. You'll hear later in the episode. Great episode, man, with Coach Overton, man. I have another episode coming up with a coach that took my spot as the head coach of a particular middle school team. That interview is going to be very interesting. That interview is going to be.
It is, though. That story, the interview right there was going to be some heat. You're going to be ready for something. That's something going to shake the table.
Hey, that one right there, man. Coach Sean Holly. That interview is going to be very interesting. Coach Holly is a young guy. He's confident, very confident, man, very confident. It's gonna be a good one. But this interview what I had with Coach Overton, man, he talked about a little bit about his defense, a little bit about his, the players that we coached together. So we talked about a few guys that we're not gonna particularly name because of their involvement next year with the NCAA, of which I feel like the NCAA are some mob members, man. Man, he feels like Prince of Piss Off, P.O.P., Pop. He feels like the NCAA pays these guys by giving them food, shelter, place to stay. Just like your mom used to tell you back in the day. Hey, I allow you to breathe. You don't need allowance. I allow you to live here. I allow you to eat here. I allow you to put them clothes on that I bought. I allow you to put them shoes on. That's allowance. But the NCAA is different because they ain't my goddamn daddy. They ain't my mother. They ain't none of my mama. Right? So how you gonna tell me? Okay, I agree with, Billy Sorrell's Did You Miss Me podcast, man. Shout out to them, man. He said something very interesting. He said this right here. He said, in college, you're still in that mindset, I'm going to do what's being told of me because I'm getting ready for the professional world. But guess what? I'm practically a grown-ass man. I'm out here making y'all money. Y'all can't do it. Y'all ain't out here with this jersey on your back. Guess what? I'm out here making y'all money. So in turn, pay me, man. Give me something. Because look, I'm giving you millions. Just like, okay, let me ask you something. And I didn't ask Corey this, but let me ask you this. Villanova. Okay, Rudy Gay. After I believe he went to Villanova. He might have went to UConn. One of them two teams. I'm not sure, but When was the last time Villanova was relevant besides the past 3-4 years?
The time they had that dude with the bald head, another plate this forehead.
You talking about Villanova. Charlie Villanova.
You know what I'm talking about? The light skinned dude with another plate is the one that KG told.
He like a cancer patient. Yeah. Charlie Villanova.
That was the last time that really was relevant.
Charlie Villanova, right? And that was early 2000s because he's been out of the league for a while. KG retired after him. And that nigga was in the league after KG. Just put it like that. Okay? That was the last time they were relevant. This guy, the Bridges kid and the Italian kid, I mean, well, you know what? I better not say that because I don't want to sound, racist or whatever. But I'm not sure. Based off his last name, I'm not sure if he's Italian or what. But, the guy's good. But do you know this kid, they had the nerve. First off, who got access to his bank account? I'm going to have to holler at his agent, his publicist, or somebody. I don't know if it was a publicity stunt because I dare somebody to tweet my bank account statement. That man had $3.65, $3.61, something like that. Put it like this: the man had $3 in his account, getting drafted to the NBA.
That was publicity stunt. Somebody trying to act like he broke, then he owned, and now he got some money. That's all for the show.
I don't know, man. I don't know, because you got to think about it.
Now, I also don't believe it's the NCAA responsibility to pay these kids. I feel like if they're going to the next level, it's the next level of responsibility to bridge the gap between NCAA and to pro. NBA just come in agreements with the NCAA to help NCAA pay these young men.
I don't know.
And the NCAA teams, the D-League teams, so they had a whole D-League. Why not have the NCAA and NBA colleagues together and they pay these kids to play?
You know why? Because the NCAA don't want to pay nobody. They're the Mafia. They're the mob. They don't want to pay nobody.
Now, if you say it like that, then I might have to agree with you. I can't argue that.
See, because
they don't pay. True, this is right. They don't pay, but technically they do. They give you a full ride scholarship. That's paying you, right?
Yeah, that's paying you, but I mean, look, man.
Like, if I got a full ride scholarship to a school, I just pay you. I pay your tuition, your money. You get a refund check and everything.
I understand your position, Prince. Not saying that I agree with it, but I understand it. We have a fire interview with Coach Overton from the River Road Middle School Rockets. Me and this guy went undefeated for 3 years. Didn't lose a game. Had so much against us, man, but we kept it pushing. Fire interview, man. Great interview. Great guy. God-fearing man. Check it out, man. We got a lot more interviews coming for y'all, man. We got some doctors. We got some lawyers. We got some pharmacists. We got some football coaches, some basketball coaches. But right now, we got Coach Overton. Check him out. Up in Smoke Podcast. Yo. Welcome to the Up in Smoke Podcast. This is your host, C. Gill. I have a very special guest in the house today. Well, I'm in his house. I'm in his living room, his casa. Corey Overton, man, ex-head coach, River Road Rockets middle school football team over here in Elizabeth City. Defensive coordinator for the Pasquotank County Panthers. He's in the house today, man. We're gonna ask him some questions about the season, past seasons, things that he's seen, things that he's noticed, different things like that, man. So we're gonna start off by, man, what got you interested in coaching, man? Like from the get-go. When did you start? When did it all start?
Well, Coach G, first of all, I appreciate you having me, man. The inspiration for coaching came when I was a senior in high school. I played on the team. I really didn't get a lot of playing time, but I wanted to inspire other people, just to be great, just to have that ambition and that desire to want to, play and still feel like they could be a part of something.
I got you. That's very admirable, man. Because a lot of players, a lot of ex-players, don't see the need into teaching the proper skills in football, man. What interests you the most about football? About is it just the coaching? Is it everybody on the field at one time? What excites you the most about the word football?
The brotherhood that it teaches. I think that football teaches you more than X's and O's, and it teaches you more than just, play calling. It's about forming a relationship with a band of brothers and going to war every week, whether you win, whether you lose, or whether it's a draw. You learn how to appreciate people not only for what they're worth, but for how they can help you and help you develop in your life. So football is about a bond that can never be broken, man, to me.
Gotcha. And that's very true, man. I often say a lot, football is the ultimate team sport because without one, you have nothing. You have no movement, man. And you taught me that, actually. You taught me that. You taught me a lot of great things, man. As being I had a failed mission as being a head coach. But from what I've seen is that we've had several occurrences where, we have several occurrences where technical difficulties are, but we had several occurrences where, like I say, you taught me things, man. Even in my situation over at the school where I was at, I'm not gonna name them; they don't deserve that shameless plug. But even the camaraderie that we had as a staff, the brotherhood that we had, and trying to recreate that, I often notice that it takes more than one. It takes a excellent head coach, and it takes a team of, a staff of people that are willing to get in line and one accord under this head coach. Could you speak on that, man? Could you speak on, just briefly, needing your staff behind you as a coach?
Absolutely. And first of all, Coach Gillum, don't ever think that you failed. I think that it was God's plan for you not to be at that particular institute because they're in a rebuilding process and have been there since you've left.
Definitely.
But whether it was yourself, Coach Gillum, or Coach Moss, or Coach Holly, Coach Pendleton, Coach Hyder, Coach Boyce, no matter who it was, behind us and supporting us, and being there for us and being there for the boys, man. A leader can't be a leader without good people around him, and you can be the leader all you want to, man, but if your brothers, it's like a disciplehood, if your brothers don't really buy into you or into the program, then nothing will ever work, man. So, you got to trust God, but you got to, trust your brothers and trust yourself, man, and believe in them, because your belief will become their belief.
That's true, man.
And you don't always have to be like a product of something, man. You can go out and create your own thing and do your own thing. So
That's very true, man.
kudos.
That's very true, man. I appreciate it. And now, after this is my last question about middle school. Then we're gonna go on to your current venture, your successful venture, might I add, as the defensive coordinator for
the Pascal Tank Panthers high school football team. I wanted to ask you about a few guys that you coached in middle school. A few of these guys are highly touted nationally. Big schools, 5-star, 4-star. Going to these camps and blowing motherfuckers out of the water. A guy that both of us seen, and we're not going to name these guys, but we're going to tell you some characteristics about these guys. One guy, I remember my first year coaching. One guy came, he didn't want to do any work, anything. Coach, I'm hurt. Coach, my leg's burning. Coach, I can't do it. We pushed him, you pushed him. Coach Hyder pushed him. And y'all pushed him, and you got, the nation, out of you guys pushing this kid, this man-child, out of you guys pushing this man-child, we got, Northeastern North Carolina got the national sack leader. The whole nation. Right here in Elizabeth City. Could you speak on that, man? Could you speak on some of the things that you've seen out of the guys that are higher up than some, man? Like as far as on the recruiting boards.
With two of the particular recruits, they both had the it factor when they were in 7th grade. One of the recruits played offensive line. The other recruit was a utility player. But at the end of their 7th grade year, I remember us having a meeting that April, and we had a conversation with the athlete recruit, and we told him that the next year he was going to be the guy. Mm-hmm. And we saw a change in him right then. Mm-hmm. The other recruit, we saw a change in him during his 7th grade mm-hmm. season at the end. Mm-hmm. It went from, like you said, Coach, I can't do it, Coach, my legs burning, to, man, I'm the leader of the line. We run, 38 tosses behind me or 38 counter behind me. And, it'll manifest into something great. And I think that really, really, really helped him develop into just a powerful runner the next year because big talent like that, you never want him to not run the ball, mm-hmm. but you see how big he is, so you mm-hmm. got to put him on the line.
That's the truth. And I think that was our hardest decision, as a head coach for you, and seeing what you had, and then having to say, man, God, I could put him anywhere, but he needs to learn.
Absolutely.
He needs to, and that as a head coach, man, taking steps like that makes you who you are, because as a head coach, you're a psychologist. You're a motivator. And you have to get in these kids' heads and say, hey, look, okay, you want to play here, but due to what you're showing out here in conditioning, before practice even started, remember that. Before practice even started, before we had pads, before we had anything, we were just in shorts, T-shirts, and cleats. And this guy, the nation's sack leader for 2017 was complaining in 7th grade. So that's a testament for kids, for parents. If you're listening, let your kids listen to this, man. If you're around the area, y'all come out here to Northeastern and see these guys in action.
Absolutely.
It's another kid that came our 8th grade year. Not going to say his name, but this year, from what I heard, he had Tennessee. He had, who else did he have?
North Carolina State.
NC State. And I heard Florida State added themselves into that pot.
Wow.
And this guy, when he came in, he towered above everybody. He was lanky, long, athletic, but he was uncoordinated. Catching the football wasn't in his agenda at all. But apparently he could tackle. He's long. he damn near got a 7-foot wingspan. I mean, this kid here, man, is amazing. And this area, the reason why I'm doing this podcast, not only for comedy, not only for fashion, not only for sports, man, to let you guys know what we have in the area, man. We have some serious talent here. Some serious talent here, man. As a matter of fact, a kid from Edenton last year, Keemon Bailey, back to back, was it 3,000 yard season?
3,000 yards, 20
plus touchdowns. You know, this kid is amazing. And what's crazy is, being that this area is so small, he didn't get the looks that he deserved. Because that's another Maurice Jones-Drew. If you guys remember MJD, the guy was a problem. He was a problem in Jacksonville behind Fred Taylor. So now, you know, I want to go over to the high school. I want to ask you about just your expectations, man. You know, where do you see your building parts from the previous year? Do you see any leaders from the previous year? And who are your best shit talkers? Who are your best shit talkers on the team? We got to get to that, man, because football is physical, it's mental, you know, psychological. So I know kids nowadays like to talk. They love to talk. They love to talk. So who?
Well, I'll tell you, man, our best jaw jack on the JV squad, his name is Brandon Manigo. We call him Booby. Booby talk a lot of shit. You know, I love Booby. But I hear Booby. I heard one game last year. Booby tell a kid, "You think this middle school ball coach?" So yeah, he's quite the character.
Yeah,
man. Quite the character. Man. He talk a lot of shit.
But you know, on a football team, man, you need that. You know, I believe you need that. You need that goon. We always talk about goons in the locker room. You need that goon because, man, 11 guys on the field, and somebody has to bring the pain. Somebody got to talk about somebody.
We always tell the kids, I always tell them, when you coaching defense, whoever the middle linebacker is or whoever the leader is, you have to be the coach on the field. So if you're going to be the coach on the field, that means you the general. Which means you putting people in spots, you letting them know when they fucking up, you letting them know when they doing right. So I think a field general and a leader is the only way you can really, really, really grow on the team.
That's true, man. That's true. So as far as where do you see your building points as far as your defense? What would you like to improve on your defense this year?
Well, JV last year, man, I tell you, the first two games were ugly. Mm-hmm. We didn't do great. We lost 56-6 and 49 to I think nothing. Mm-hmm. After that, you know, every game that we played, we were in. Yeah. Most of the games were close at halftime. Mm-hmm. But one thing that we want to do is build on that and come out and finish the same way.
Gotcha.
You know, we would come out strong, hold the team scoreless the first half, come out in the third quarter and give up a score. Yeah. That can't happen. If we bring the same intensity all 4 quarters, I think Pasquotank County High School junior varsity, you know, they'll grow.
Yeah, I believe it, man.
They'll definitely grow, man.
I believe it, man. And like you say, to piggyback on what you said, the defense growing and the defense doing more, you know, being that, you know, and it feels kind of funny being on the opposite side, right? Being that when we was in River Road, we used to give up all these butt weapons. Absolutely. You know, and then being on the opposite side, it kind of, I know it humbles you. It humbles you to the point where you're like, God, did I talk this much shit when I was whipping ass? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man. I tell you one thing that it does do for us, man. It makes me appreciate the coaching aspect. You know, the saying that talent beats hard work when hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard.
Yeah.
That saying is so true, man, because, you know, both sides of towns have talented kids, but over there, it's a work in progress, man.
Yeah, yeah.
It is, but
And-
they'll continue to work.
Yeah,
hard.
man, and I believe they have the right man in the position because, for one, you know, you've had success at a level before, and then bringing that same mindset, that same framework into a situation that needs it. You know what I'm saying? I believe it's just like Parcells going to Dallas. They needed it. You know what I'm saying? Dallas was in a position where they just were doing their thing. After that, there was like in a position where it's a little gray area. We need something. We need somebody. You that guy, because trust and believe, they heard what you were doing. They know what you was doing over there, man. You ain't that far. You know what I'm saying? Had a situation where I was trying to pledge a graduate chapter of a specific fraternity. Had a member of the fraternity tell me he knew who I was because we coached at River Road, and he heard great things about us. In turn, which he heard great things about me. He said, "Man, you good? Don't even worry about it. You straight."
Absolutely.
You know, and that speaks volumes. It speaks volumes, man. You know, as a JV coach, where do you see yourself? Can you see yourself being a head coach? If so, where? And what scheme would you run? What's your dream job? Give that to me.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you, I could see myself being a head coach again. In order to be a head coach again, there are some things that I know I'm gonna have to take care of on my end. Experience is great, but a degree is necessary. My dream job would be any college program. It don't matter whether it's Appalachian or Zenobia. It wouldn't matter to me. And the scheme that I would run would definitely be pistol offense and 44 defense. Cover 2 and, you know, blitz heavy. I feel like if you play aggressive defense, quarterback can't pass if he on his ass. You know, and you get in there and you run a concept of run, the pass like football should be played, you can beat anybody.
So let me ask you this. One more question about your high school. Who's your headhunter? Do you have a key guy on your defense that you can tell him, "Hey, my nigga, go make a play"?
Yes.
And you got it.
He had a lot of injuries last year, but this year he probably won't play a lot of JV. I see him playing more varsity, but his name is Tayshawn Holly.
Okay.
That kid is phenomenal, man.
Okay.
He's phenomenal. He's small, but he plays like a damn 7-foot giant.
Oh yeah. Well, Tayshawn, man, if you out there, man, your coach is giving you big ups, man. Your coach is giving you big ups, man. Come out with that fire next year, man. I'm gonna be at the game. I want to interview you. I want to interview any players that Coach Overton will let me have. Come over and talk to me. I want to come for y'all conditioning one day, just to come, bring my laptop, just to come and rap to y'all about different stuff, man. Just football stuff, man, not the future stuff. I don't want to get y'all in trouble with the NCAA. I don't want to get y'all in trouble with the mob. That's what I call them, the Mafia.
Yeah, they are the Mafia.
You know, because, and this is how I see it, and we're going to talk about this real quick, but in the Mafia, if you take some money off the top, just say Don Vito, if you take something off the top from Don Vito, your head is good as gone. You done. If you sell something that belongs, or it says Don Vito's name across the chest, but your name is on the back, you're done. You're out of here. They don't want any kind of individuality. From the sneakers to the socks. You think about Michigan, and they wore the black socks because they wanted to be different. The Fab Five. And, you know, the NCAA, man, they a mob, because if one kid, Terrell Pryor, for example, You know, kids hungry at night, man.
Absolutely.
They hungry. They want to go get something. They want to run to 7-Eleven and get a hot dog. But did you see Instagram? Devontae DiVincencio. I know I'm saying his name wrong, but the guy from Villanova got drafted. He got drafted like 17th pick in the NBA draft. This guy had $3.61 in his account when he got drafted.
Wow.
$3.61. So,
wow.
If anybody from the NCAA, I'm gonna post this tonight because this is a fire interview, man. Anybody from the NCAA listening, man, that's fucking ridiculous, man.
It really is.
It's fucking, so this guy wins the NCAA title. Now, mind you, Villanova has been in it, or close to it, the past 3 years. That guy, as well as a few other, has made that team, that school, relevant again. Because for a long time, Villanova has been out of it.
Absolutely.
Villanova comes back. Your boy has $3 in his account, but his rookie scale contract is worth like $3 million or something like that. So he good now. But the whole fact of the matter is, feed these niggas, man. Feed them. They hungry at night. Shabazz Napier said it best. He was on TV after they won the national championship. Said, "Man, we hungry. A national championship is only putting money in the school's pocket, not the players. You can recruit more, but you still get the same amount of scholarship because if niggas don't leave, more niggas can't come in. Period." You know what I'm saying?
That's as real as it gets, man.
Hey.
You got to do more to support these college athletes.
Yeah, man.
They struggle.
Yeah,
and
man.
then you wonder why they take bribes and they take, money and things for money. So you definitely need to do more for these kids.
Yeah, man.
Definitely,
man. We can. If you have any last comments, man, we can pretty much close it out. Well, you know what? Do have one thing. Have a segment on this show called Shit Happens. Shit Happens is a thing where it's a story where something bad happens at the end. Shit happens. Like I'm gonna tell you a story. Check me out. I'm trying to think of a good one. Okay, so I'm in college. I'm dealing with this young lady, and I'm not gonna say her name, but it was an excess of alcohol involved.
Absolutely.
Excess of alcohol. It's a 2 liter. Like, did this, man? She filled up a 2 liter.
Wow.
Nestea, right? She poured out all the Nestea and filled it up with Cavassier.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm talking about to the brim, like it was brown, just like Nestea, my nigga.
How these young kids say you was lit.
Yeah, I was lit.
Yeah.
I was wilding.
Wildin'.
So
Wildin'.
I'm talking about, I pop the top, take it to the neck. Boom.
Ah.
So I decide to take a drive to go visit another young lady. So upon this drive, I get to Headhunter, and I'm swerving crazy. I'm swerving crazy. Now, mind you, I done killed the neck of this 2 liter bottle. I like from the top to like where the shoulders break down on the bottom. I killed that.
Shit.
I done killed.
Oh, you was
I done killed. I was fucked up. So I'm fucked up. I'm swerving right before I get to the Headhunter Bridge. Police pulled me over. Hey man, let me see your license and registration. I know he knew I was fucked up because how I was looking at him, I look fucked up. You know how it is when you drunk, and you can tell when you drunk by the way you look at somebody. Like you give them that,
slurs,
you like nah, man, type shit, right?
Yeah. You crazy.
So I told him I said, man, nah, I won't swerving. Now he behind me the whole time, and I tell this nigga I'm not swerving.
Wow.
I tell the police I'm not swerving. So I tell them I'm not swerving. I say, man, nah, man, I was just turning my radio down trying to get me a drink of water. Fucked up. I'm fucked up. So he lets me go. I don't know. I told him I said, man, my lady pregnant. She in Tarboro. I need to get there. She about to have a baby, whatever. I told him some bullshit lie, and the nigga, he believed it. Lord no. I said, man, when I got to Tarboro, I stayed my ass there. I ain't go no fucking well, and I probably didn't wake up till probably about like 11:30 the next morning.
Wow.
Shit happens.
Shit happens.
Yeah.
Shit happens.
Shit happens. Shit happens, man. You got a shit happen story, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the one from football. I ain't gonna call no names. One day at practice, we were having a good practice, and it got real intense between offense and defense. And a player tells a coach, "Yeah, your mama, nigga." Just like that, the coach didn't like it at all. And the coach was about to beat his ass. We had to restrain the coach. And, it was crazy, but shit happens.
Shit happens, man. Shit happens. And that situation was crazy. I remember the coach put on pads, and
he got him. He helped build character and toughness by laying their asses out.
This coach know who he is. We're not gonna call him out, but hey, you did your thing that day, man.
You did your thing. You helped him gain respect, coach.
You did,
and we appreciate you.
Hell yeah, man. This C. Gill, man, Up in Smoke podcast, your new favorite podcast, dropping tonight. Check us out every Tuesday night. Holla at you.